Dear friends, have you ever stopped to wonder why the apples from a simple Amish market look so different from the bright, shiny ones in big stores? We often think, shiny, means, frizz, a sign of good health. But what if that perfect gloss hides a deeper truth? What if the Amish, with their plain apples, hold a secret about freshness that modern methods completely miss? It's a quiet wisdom, right there for us to see, if we just look closer. Welcome, friends. I'm so glad you're here. Let's just take a quiet moment together and ask for a little wisdom as we explore this simple, but powerful idea. It really is a good question, isn't it? We've all been trained to reach for the shiniest apple in the bin. We just assume that a glossy shine means it's fresh and healthy. And the big grocery stores know that. They know we look for that perfect, shiny fruit. So, they often wash the apples and then re-wax them to get that beautiful gloss. It helps the apple hold its moisture, sure, but it's also about making it look good for us, the customer. On top of that, they're incredibly selective. Any apple that doesn't meet that high standard of perfect often just gets tossed aside. So over the years, we've basically been taught that only flawless, shiny apples are the ones worth buying. But that plain-looking apple from the Amish market, it tells a different story. It holds onto a secret that's all about trusting nature, not improving on it. Today, we're going to look closer and uncover that quiet truth. So, what is that secret? It's not something added, but something that's already there. You see, an apple has its own way of taking care of itself. Right there on the tree, it grows a natural, waxy coating. It's called a bloom. It's a bit of a cloudy, dull film, not a bright shine. And it's a gift. This natural wax is Nature's perfect seal. It locks in the apple's moisture and flavor, protecting it from the outside world. It helps the apple stay crisp and fresh, just the way it was meant to be. It's a quiet, beautiful design that works all on its own. But when that same apple is picked and sent to a large commercial packing house, its journey changes. The first thing they do is give it a very thorough bath. They have to wash off any dirt, leaves, or residues from the orchard. The problem is, that vigorous washing process strips away that delicate, natural wax coating. It's just gone. Now the apple is left unprotected. It would quickly start to lose moisture, shrivel up, and lose that wonderful crispness we love. It won't last very long on a truck or a grocery store shelf. So, they have to give it a new coat. They spray the apples with a very thin layer of a new, man-made wax. And this wax is perfectly safe to eat. It's often made from natural sources, like palm wax, or even from simple sugars and fats. This new coating does two things. First, it gives the apple that brilliant, glossy shine that catches our eye in the store. We've been taught that shine means fresh. Second, it replaces the natural protection that was washed away. It seals the fruit, traps the moisture inside, and helps it stay fresh for a much, much longer time. It's a practical solution for a long supply chain. But it does leave you wondering, doesn't it? We're taking off Nature's perfect, God-given protection, only to replace it with our own version, all for the sake of a longer shelf life and a certain look. It makes you think about what we've decided is better than the original design. So let's take a closer look at that original design, the one that works so perfectly all on its own. If you've ever had the blessing of picking an apple right from the tree, you know the feeling. It doesn't have that slick, glassy shine we see in the supermarket. Instead, it has a soft, almost dusty-looking coating. It's a gentle, cloudy film that you can easily smudge with your thumb. That, my friends, is the bloom. And it is the apple's own God-given armor. It's a special, waxy layer that the apple makes for itself while it's still growing on the branch. It's not something sprayed on or added later, it's an essential part of the fruit's own life cycle. The simplest way to think about it is as the apple's own perfect, breathable seal. Its most important job is to hold in moisture. The life of an apple, its crispness and its flavor, is all tied to the water inside it. The bloom creates a natural barrier that stops that precious water from simply evaporating into the air. It's a shield that keeps the good stuff in. Without this waxy layer, an apple is vulnerable. It would immediately start to dry out. First, it would lose that satisfying crunch, then it would get soft, and soon it would start to wrinkle and shrivel. It just wouldn't last. But with its bloom fully intact, the apple is protected. It can hold on to all its natural juice and texture. It stays firm, crisp, and delicious for an incredibly long time. It's like a self-contained little vessel, perfectly equipped for its journey. This is the quiet wisdom that generations of farmers and families have always known. It's the reason why an apple from a local orchard can be stored in a cool cellar all through the winter. That unwashed, unpolished apple is still wearing its natural coat. Its defenses are still up. The folks at the Amish markets understand this deeply. They haven't stripped away that protection just for the sake of appearances. They know that this humble, cloudy film is the real key to preserving the harvest. It's what allows the fruit to last, just as it was intended to. It's such a simple, yet profound, system. A quiet lesson in how creation was designed with such care. It doesn't need our improvements or our shiny finishes to do its job perfectly. And it makes you wonder, doesn't it? How often we might overlook the simple, natural gifts we've been given, in our search for something that we think looks better or seems more convenient. Sometimes, the most powerful protection is the one that's been there from the very beginning. So let's look at how this plays out in the real world. When you walk through a big supermarket, you're seeing the end result of a massive, industrial process. An apple picked in an orchard has a long journey to get to the shelf. And along the way, it gets a bath. The commercial food industry is focused on cleanliness and appearance on a huge scale. So, every single apple gets thoroughly washed to remove any dirt or field contaminants. But there is the thing about that wash. It's so effective that it doesn't just clean the apple, it strips away that delicate, God-given bloom, that perfect waxy seal we just talked about. Suddenly, the apple is naked. It's defenseless. All its natural protection is gone. This creates a problem. Without that waxy coating, the apple will start to lose moisture immediately. It go from crisp to soft in no time at all. It just won't survive the long trip to the store and the time spent on the shelf. So, what do? They replace what they took away. After the apple is washed and dried, it's coated with an entirely new, artificial wax. This new coating does a similar job, it seals in moisture and gives the apple that high-gloss shine that we've all been taught to look for. It's a man-made solution to a man-made problem. They strip off Natura's protection, only to put their own version back on. But in the Amish community, the thinking is completely different. Their method isn't about adding something new, it's about having the wisdom to not take away what's already there. The Amish method for preserving the apple's freshness is to do almost nothing at all. They simply honor the apple's own design. By not subjecting the fruit to that harsh commercial washing, they leave the bloom completely intact. They let the apple keep its armor. The apple you buy at an Amish market may not look as shiny or as perfect as the one from the grocery chain. It has that cloudy, natural look. But that's because it's still wearing its own coat. Its defenses are still up. It's still perfectly sealed, holding in all of its own moisture and life, just as it was created to do. It's a powerful lesson, isn't it? The best method of preservation wasn't a new invention or a clever technique. It was the simple, humble act of leaving it alone. It was the wisdom to see the perfection already there and to trust that it was enough.